Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with the Bulldog track and field program. And with us, head coach Steve Picucci. And coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
I know the weather may not seem like it, but already ready to transition here into the outdoor season after a strong indoor season for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we can't really tell, but it's outdoor track season right now. So it's been a little bit hit or miss for us with the weather, but the kids are keeping a good attitude. We're trying to get in what we can.
The Bulldogs recently coming off the national championships indoor season in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 5 All-Americans. Just talk about that group that went to the Nationals and their performance at the national meet.
Yeah, we just got back from Winston-Salem, so it was pretty senior heavy group. So that was good. A lot of those kids had experience, and really were excited to be there, get an opportunity to compete at a high level. And we came away with 5 All-Americans, so we can't complain there. So it's pretty quality meet for us.
Anna Rudd, your senior, leading the way, a national champion last year, and another strong performance in 2 events at the national championships.
Yeah, she ran well. I said, it wasn't exactly what we were expecting, but at the same time, things didn't work out our way, and we're not going to make excuses. We're just going to keep working, and hopefully we're a little healthier going into it next time. But to come away with an All-American on what wasn't your strongest day is really shows how strong of a runner she really is.
I know the women's distance medley relay team finished 7th as well. 4 All-Americans out of that group, and that's an area that's been a strong point for you here in recent years. Had a lot of success in that relay.
Yeah, it was a good relay for him. We really had to kind of jumble that thing around with Sam Johnson going down with a pretty serious injury. We had to really move that relay around, and everybody kind of stepped up and kind of ran up a distance than they're used to, but it didn't, like I said, they didn't let it bother them. They just stayed focused on their goal, and I was really proud of that group to overcome everything they've had to deal with the last month, and to still be 7th in the nation and really have a strong day there as well. So that was good.
Tell us a little bit about that group and the runners that ran on that relay and who they were and how they performed.
Alyssa Osika was a senior. She led it off, and she ran a really smart tactical leg and really didn't get involved in a lot of the early race stuff, and just kind of ran a really strong leg, put us in great position. Then the lone non-senior, Shay Van Kloppenberg, ran the 400 leg for us. She kind of did a really good job there, just kind of first time running that relay, and just stepped in and kept us where we needed to be. And then Zoe Holman, one of our seniors, kind of bumped up from the 400 to the 8 and kind of really had a strong leg in the 8, which really isn't a distance she's comfortable with, but was able to kind of overcome it and really kind of kept us in a great position. And then we had another senior anchoring, Brianne Ovakaitis, and she really had a monster anchor leg to really kind of get us where we needed to be and kind of be right in there with some of the top teams in the country.
Tell us a little bit about that challenge of competing at a meet like that, the indoor nationals, with so many elite athletes there taking part in that at the national meet.
Yeah, it's really a neat environment. A multi-day meet with some of the best athletes in the country, and it really is a challenge for us, especially we don't really train on a track all winter, so we're really at kind of a disadvantage going into it. But the kids really don't worry about that. They just go out there and compete as hard as they can. But it's really a great environment, and like I said, usually it's just so loud in there you can barely hear yourself think. So it's a cool environment for the kids to get a chance to compete in. And for our kids, we're used to competing in really tough programs. So the competition part of it is really kind of what we're used to. So it's just the environment is really neat for them.
Kind of unusual, the indoor national championships being held at a place that maybe you'd think more of as an outdoor side in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. The kids were excited. We got to run in shorts a few days a week and actually enjoy some of the weather while we were there. So a little bit of a hassle getting down there with travel and all the weather and winter and stuff. But once we got down there, the weather was great.
I know after that national championship appearance by the Bulldogs, you got a couple weeks off here, maybe not so much in terms of the training, but now you transition into the outdoor season. Talk about that adjustment period going from one season to the next.
Yeah, it's really kind of a short turnaround for us. Indoor ends, and then we really got a couple weeks and we go right into outdoor. And it's really kind of a chance for the kids to kind of get a few weekends where they're not traveling, not competing, and just kind of hopefully focus on getting ready for the next segment, as well as kind of keeping on top of their academics.
I know really getting started here on the outdoor season this week, and plenty of great meets coming up. What will be some of the strong meets that you'll take part in this season?
First off, we're going to open up down in NC State at the Raleigh Relays. So that's a really kind of a multi-day, multi-relay event where we'll take a small number of kids down there to compete, and then from there we're just going to really focus on staying close to home for a couple weeks with Michigan State, and then down at Hillsdale. And then we start getting into the later season meets with Grand Valley will host a big invitational, and also at Hillsdale, and then we get ready for the conference championships the first week of May.
I know maybe not a home meet this season, but still plenty of opportunities for the fans to see the Bulldogs in action with some of those meets that you'll go to around West Michigan.
Yeah, quite a few meets are going to be really close to home, so that's kind of nice for the parents and fans that want to come out and watch. We're not really ever that far from campus in April, so that's kind of nice.
Talk about the progress you've made we mentioned Anna Rudd earlier. You've had some great athletes here in the past. Tina Muir, talk about what progress you've made in terms of being able to recruit some of those talented athletes and the success they've had on the national level.
It's been really great. Like I say, kind of what we've focused on is really, we have a really strong group of kind of upperclassmen right now, and we've just kind of brought in a group of younger kids we're hoping to develop kind of similar along the same lines. But really, like I said, we've had a really strong group over the last 2 or 3 years, and those are kids that have worked extremely hard to be there, and kind of have worked and developed themselves to that level. But it's always nice to be able to compete at the national championships, and constantly every season that's our goal, is to get athletes at the championships. So it's good. Like I said, we got a group of younger kids right now that we're hoping can kind of develop the same way, and those kids need to kind of step it up and keep training, and hopefully they'll get to that level.
I know with the long winter we've had, it probably makes the training a little difficult. Just talk about the training period here as you move outside, and how the weather impacts that training pattern.
Yeah, it definitely makes things, we're kind of adjusting on the fly a lot. Like I said, without really having a proper facility, we kind of have to make the most of what we're given. And the kids do a great job of just kind of showing up each day and understanding that what's generally on the schedule may change just because sometimes that's not available to you to use. So, but it definitely hinders us a little bit. But at the same time, we kind of have found ways around it, and it kind of helps us during the outdoor season for sure, because our legs are a lot fresher. We haven't been kind of doing as much as some of the other teams. So really kind of help us come end of outdoor.
I know as you look back over the years, always a strong contingent of distance runners, some great throwers that have earned All-American honors. This winter, you had some football players step in on the sprint side as well.
Yeah, we're really trying to kind of work that arrangement a little bit with them, and some of those guys have kind of really strong high school backgrounds, so we're just trying to kind of work that arrangement and kind of get those kids used to running track again. So hopefully we can get them for a few meets outdoor as well. So hopefully we can continue to keep that relationship going and continue to kind of let those guys do both sports.
Well, congratulations again on the All-America performances by the Bulldogs, and looking forward to a strong outdoor season.
Hey, thanks, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.